Getting serious this week with a historically important film, the very first animated feature to be given an X rating. Yeah, what kind of channel do you think this was? Welcome to Exploitation Reviews, and me, Rob, and today I'm taking a look at Fritz the Cat from 1972. In the 1960s, Robert Crumb rose to stardom as one of the founders of the underground comics scene. So it was only a matter of time before someone tried to bring his work to the mainstream, which is exactly what producer Stephen Krantz and animator Ralph Bakshi did. Fritz the Cat was made for less than $1 million and went on to get more than $90 million at the box office, which made it the most successful independent animated feature of all time, a record that still holds today, by the way. Not bad for a cartoon full of anthropomorphic animals who do drugs and bang each other on the regular. Which sounds exactly like our kind of thing, so let's check it out. After an intro of some steel workers complaining about the new free love generation, we head over to Washington Square Park where we meet some liberals.
I've read everything James Baldwin's written. He has a true sense of the problems of black people.
I'm taking a course in African studies at school. I had no idea you people were so civilized. It's so great that black people are wearing their hair natural, not emulating the image of beauty that white people try to inflict upon them.
Yeah, it's gonna be that kind of movie. So Fritz puts on a show and manages to get these three liberals to follow him to a party. Not much is going on at this party, but there is an empty bathroom. And yes, because this is YouTube, I will be censoring the cartoon nudity.
No fair.
Fritz's bathroom activities are interrupted first by the other partygoers and then by the pigs. And I know what you're going to say, oh, here goes Rob hating on cops again. But no, they are literally pigs. But since you're the one that brought it up, I'm
still not loving police.
Fritz escapes by causing a flood. The police give chase, but he loses them in a synagogue. And then after he gets back home, he does some soul searching and decides that the best way to become a famous writer is to live life, not study old dusty books at the university. So he drops out of university.
No more the books, the spoutings of a bunch of old farts who think they know the whole goddamn score.
He's wrong, of course. The best way to become a famous writer is the same way one gets a career in any other entertainment field. You either know someone already in the industry or you have rich parents.
No fair.
Anyway, Fritz goes to Harlem looking for adventure. Fritz says he feels guilty about the racial situation because his kind, cats, have caused so much trouble for the crows. Pretty stupid thing to say, but it's not the only stupid thing he says while he's there.
Hey boy, can I have a drink?
Yowza, Fritz, you're not supposed to say that. Regardless, Fritz makes a friend of sorts who introduces him around, and Fritz smokes some grass and has a good time with a lady crow, and then he has an epiphany.
Revolt! Revolt! Revolt, you thick-skulled idiots!
Fritz's speech leads to a riot. He manages to escape. Others are not so lucky. One of the liberals from the beginning finds him, and the two set out to California. Fritz isn't done being a chaotic force, but that's enough out of me as far as plot goes. Let's talk some highlights. I really love Ralph Bakshi's style, and I'm a huge fan of Robert Crumb, so it's really great to see his characters brought to life in Bakshi's style. Crumb, though, it should be mentioned, hated this movie.
The Fritz the Cat movie, I thought it was, I don't know, the values or the vision that it had was, I don't know, somewhat depressing to me.
I'll address his criticisms in just a bit. In addition to the great artwork, this film is really funny, if you think this kind of biting satire is funny. The target of the satire, the 60s counterculture scene, is probably mostly unfamiliar to modern audiences, but I think the film still holds up because the elements that Bakshi is criticizing still exist today amongst certain type of liberals. And it is here that Crumb had a problem with the picture. Crumb himself was a member of the 60s counterculture scene and was, and is still today, a leftist. He thought the film was poking fun at things he took seriously. But Bakshi was, and is still today, a leftist, so I think Crumb misinterpreted what he was trying to do. I think what's happening in Fritz is that Bakshi is poking fun at a certain kind of, let's say, performative liberal, the kind of educated liberals who embrace left-leaning political beliefs, and those are good, of course, but they don't really understand things very deeply and never really do much to help the people they claim to care about. And this is why Fritz holds up still pretty well today. We've got tons of this kind of liberal running around. You know the ones that are very quick to be offended on someone else's behalf, even though they never do anything to help the people that they claim to care about. Yeah, we know those. And hey, don't get me wrong, I'm as liberal as they come, but I'm a hoist the black flag kind of liberal, not the kind that gets offended by things. I think being offended is a pointless waste of time and can alienate potential allies. Plus, it distracts us from important activities like convincing Elon Musk to visit the Titanic in a homemade sub.